Hello everybody, it's episode 2. I have built this little space plane from the parts that we have. And we're ready to go ahead and kick up the engines and get going. Should be enough speed. Up, up, up. We are up and away. T please, T. Oh my gosh. Okay. These two little jet engines are just enough to get us going. Alright, we are stable. We're gaining altitude. We're gaining speed. We're going to go to the map and find our mission spot. So we'll go ahead and set navigation for that. Well, no, we'll go here. So we're just built this little space plane with the parts that we have that, from our very first sort of mission. Or set of missions. And we have a couple of observations to do underneath a particular altitude, which this particular plane would never reach anyway. So you don't really have to worry about that. However, these spaceplane missions do take a little bit more time to complete. I'm going to keep on climbing. The more height we have, the more speed we can gain from having less atmospheric friction. Yeah, I think I'm climbing a little fast. There we go. Maybe? Let's go ahead and level out and gain some speed. (131 meters per second). About a quarter of the way out there. There's the right over there is the little abandoned airstrip. We might have to go land there. Do a touch and go. I wonder if I needed to bring all this fuel with me. Who knows? We'll find out. Whoa! This thing is wild. Our little jet engines. J20 Juno basic jet engine pushing us along here towards our destination. Logan has rejoined. Hi Logan, we are flying our first space plane. Well, it's not a space plane yet, it can't reach space. But we're using some of the new parts in 1.0.5. This small liquid fuel fuselage, the J20 Juno basic jet engine, and the little small circular intake. Oh, and we have a new science experiment. Let's go ahead and log our temperature. Keep that data. You want a crew report from here? Sure, we want a crew report from here. Go to Mystery Goo. That doesn't do us any good. But we can transmit the data we just got. It'll take a little bit while we gain up the electrical charge to send it all. I wonder if I need more battery for that to work. That could be interesting. If we need more battery. We are still... we need to turn and get ourselves back on course. So our jet's currently flying at 5,000 meters, almost 6,000 meters, which is about 18,000 feet, roughly. I think it's about as high as this particular plane can go, realistically. And we're more than halfway there. Eddie the pilot has joined. This is the new Mark 1 cockpit for version 1.0.5. Tap the C key to switch between cockpit and external mode, so we can actually fly this kind of like a simulator. Nav ball right there telling us where to go. Altimeter. Radar altitude tells you how far off above ground we are. Vertical speed, we're still climbing. And we are still gaining some speed. So I wonder how long it'll be before this engine no longer has the thrust to keep climbing like it is. And I can see by this notepad sort of drifting on the thing that I'm getting pretty close to the zone. There's the mun. Flying with keyboard is hard. Okay, it's time to do a crew report. From this perspective, you can see the underwater topology. Cool. That completes that contract. For 15,000 funds, let's go ahead and go to the map. Activate navigation. Hop in here and fly around. Just gonna pull a nice hard bank over here to this next navigation spot. Take us a little bit to fly over, but shouldn't be too bad. And we'll see if we have enough power to send back that temperature display. Hopefully we do. This is not Microsoft Flight, that's for sure. Up. Fly that way. Okay, how far are we? We're a little ways away. Need to hop out of the cockpit and take a look at this here. See if we can transmit that. Yes, we can. Just barely. Go ahead and reset that experiment because it's not doing us any good anyway. Mystery goo isn't going to get us much. We'll go ahead and keep that. It'll get us a little bit. And we're now flying at what looks like our service ceiling of about 5,400 meters towards Agares Nexus. A mission given to us by Sean's Cannery. Yeah, crew report. Logan 700 says, crew report, this is going to be a long flight. Yep, it'll be a little bit long. We're flying stable enough where I can actually fast forward time. Use the physics warps and get ourselves to 4 times speed acceleration here. Alright. Diving down, don't want to do that. I want to get myself back on course here. Hopefully that works. Yeah, it's working well enough. He dives down again. I don't want to dive down, I want to go up. Zoom. You can't seem to keep control of it at that time of acceleration. That's unfortunate. Oh well. So Eddie the pilot says I should get into FSX, and I will be getting into FSX eventually. But right now I'm going through the actual gameplay of Microsoft Flight, especially since we found a site where you can get it for free now, including all the add-on packs. And it's a legitimate site too. It's not even like a pirate site or anything. One of the old programmers for the Microsoft Flight is keeping up the site and making the download packs available, so that's pretty cool. FSX, I would say, is definitely the better simulation of the two, but Microsoft Flight is a better game because it has game elements where you do training and stuff like that. So I will be getting into FSX. I have all the hardware for it. My current series for Microsoft Flight, if you check it out, I have a brand new camera for called the Control Cam, and it points down at my my flight yoke and throttle cluster and everything. So I have all the hardware for some really good simulation in Microsoft Flight or Flight Simulator 10. Dovetail Games has taken over the Flight franchise, the Microsoft Flight franchise, and is supposedly working on a 2016 version. We'll see what that looks like when it actually comes out. I think I'm in a new situation. Flying over the grasslands. Yes, we're going to go ahead and transmit that data. And now we're flying over the highlands. Let's go ahead and get this crew report as we're entering the Nexus. Completing that contract. And that is that. We're going to go ahead and transmit back this science as soon as I get enough power for it. Do I have enough power? Yes. Just... Oh, it's just shy. Tease. This thing was a tease. Alright. We need to fly back towards Kerbal, which is that away. Fighter jet. There's the airport that we're flying to. Now I could just recover around over. You know what? Well, I could just recover around over here where I'm at, and be perfectly fine. But the further you are away from the base when you do your recovery, the less money you get for all the parts. If we land on the runway, we get 100% of our funds back. Did KSP come out for Xbox yet? I don't know. Logan 700 is asking the question if it came out for Xbox. So this is the new cockpit, the new IVA cockpit available for the Mark 1, introduced in 1.0.5. I mean, it had a cockpit before, but this got some good touch-ups to actually go along with the new visuals, the external visuals of the Mark 1 cockpit. Stubby little plane. It has a lot of range. We barely used any of the fuel that's on board. Do I have a new situation? Oh, I need to review this data and transmit it. Flying over Kerbal's grasslands. Like, hey, I can see my house from here, I think. So as soon as we have enough power for this transmission, we'll send that as well. This is a great way to add some science here and there. Just flying around. Alright, let's go ahead and get ourselves into descent. I'm gonna go ahead and just cruise on down here. Get ourselves ready to land. You can see the airport over there. Whoa. So we actually have ground radar now telling us how far we are off the ground. We are at not quite 10,000 meters. What's our speed? Okay. I think our landing speed was about 60 knots or something like that, wasn't it? Or 60 meters per second, I should say. So we're coming in awfully hot right now. S-turns. Yes, super loud motorcycle. Uh-oh. Disaster! I was doing S-turns to save everybody, or to try and land on the runway, and then lost control of the craft. But, yeah. Thus endeth the career of Jebediah Kerman. Rest in peace, Jeb. You'll be sorely missed. Until Valentina jumps in your seat and does everything way better than you could have possibly done. Vessel is destroyed. You can't autosave at this point. That's fine. We'll go back to the Space Center and call that good. Poor Jeb. 32.5 science, though. None too shabby. A little bit of bonus science for us to work with. And some additional funds. We lost the plane completely, which sort of sucks. But what do you do? Excuse me. So this is where I'm going to wrap up episode 2. For those of you who are viewing live, stay tuned in. We're going to do some more KSP. But those of you who are watching these episodes, thanks for tuning in. Leave a like. Leave your comments. Share the video if you like what you're seeing. Tune in live, 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. on Tuesdays. And until next time, keep flying and stay shiny. Goodbye.